What's up, my people, and welcome to the SN95 Power Channel. Today, I'm just like, want to bring you a car that is one of my favorite cars of all time. One of my favorite SN95s of all time. Like, I have like my favorites, like my man 99_Turbo Ghost, at Coats 216, Merchant. Like, those are by far some of my favorite builds out here. But before all that, there's my guy Derek with his was it 96 or 98 Cobra? But he had an early SN95 that was Terminator swapped. It was a built Terminator swap motor at that. I don't remember the exact specs on it, but he had a Kenny Bell blower on that thing. And the sound it would make was like sex in the air. Like that Kenny Bell, I don't remember what it was. It was one of those early, but I remember the sound of it, so just check it out. And so this thing inspired me so much. This is how this car kind of looks the way it does right now. Because when it was time for me, I believe at the time I had a V-head 4-valve in this thing. And you know, the mod bug hit me, so I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna build it. And I used to chat with Derek a lot on SVT Performance and some of the old forums back then. And I'm like, that's the car. I want my car just like that. And you know, outside of the motor, he had coilovers on it. I know he had those CCWs on it. The 03 Cobra interior swap. I mean, this car had all the right recipes back in the day. Like, this was like the gold standard back then. And I'm like, man, I want a piece of that action too. So I'm like, got a picture of it offline, took it to my painter, and I'm like, I want my car to look exactly like that. So yeah, that's the paint scheme or color that's on this car. And originally he had some American Racing torque thrust on there early on, and I had through those on this car also. The Eden swap. That's because of Derek also. Like, I started reaching out to him to source some of the hard to find parts, because at the time I couldn't find a complete Eden swap package. So I was like buying bits and pieces of parts and stuff like that. And like, he was my go-to guy on sourcing some like those real hard parts that, you know, if you didn't buy it as a whole kit, it would just be hard for you to find. But Derek had a lot of that stuff. And then it turned into like him helping me out with some issues that I was having, like with the wiring, stuff like that. I think at the time I used like a Ron Francis wiring kit. Same thing that basically Ken had in his notchback. I used that and just bypassed all the Ford factory wiring. And there's a couple of things that he helped me with as far as the wiring. But like I say, man, like I have my favorite SN95s out here, but man, Derek's car is the one that started for me. Like, he got me into the power adder revolution. Now, I don't know exactly where this car is right now because Derek sold that car. I think it changed hands to his little brother, and Derek bought a '03 Dark Shadow Gray Cobra and put a Paxton on it. And then I know after that he sold that and he got out of the Mustang game and he basically bought a GTR. Now, I believe the little brother sold it to someone, and I remember being in contact with him because he was local on Chicago Mustang Club, and kind of going back and forth with him when we were trying to get together, but it just kind of never happened. But I would love to find the owner of that car now. So if you know the owner of that car, if you are the owner of that car, like reach out to me at SN95POW. It's SN95POW@gmail.com. Reach out to me, or if you know who has that car, shoot me a message or leave it in the comments. But if you knew about that car, I would love to hear any insight that you had on that car. If you ever saw it before, what did you think about it? So leave it in the comments below. Like I said, it's by far my favorite SN95. Like, I know, like I said, I know I rock with Colts and 99 or Turbo Ghost and Merchant, but you know, that car is always had a special spot in my heart. You know what I'm saying? Because that's, you know, this is that motor me and my dad built together, and that was like the last project me and my dad did. You know, that inspiration is always going to be like way up there on the top of the food chain for me. But hey, well, like I said, if you know where that car is at, or if you're the owner of it, like, I'm trying to put an APB out for that, and hopefully we can, you know, crowdsource and find out where that car is at now. I would love to like do a, you know, 15-20 year follow up on that car. So I really appreciate your time. If you haven't, subscribe to the channel. You know, if you don't want to, you don't have to, but you know, just rock with us and watch the videos and continue to support. So I appreciate y'all time, and God bless.